Hey everyone, welcome to the Sanctum. This is AL, and I'm getting ready to do the March readings for the Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, and we're going to do it as a Lenormand reading. Really? Shango? Seriously? Bubby? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Are you okay? Are we having a moment? Do you need your mommy? So, if you guys hadn't heard, and I really don't think I mentioned it much this past week, and I apologize for not uploading anything recently, my lovely puppy, Shango, got sick. Sorry about that. Almost died. We discovered he had eaten chocolate, and I had taken him to the vet. He had mild toxicity, but we discovered that he actually had a issue with his liver. It was at very bad levels of almost basically liver failure levels. Now in dogs versus, let's say, cats or anybody else, they can bounce back if they're on a strict diet, specialized diet. And by specialized, I mean it's like a small 8-pound bag for $64 diet, which means all of his regular foods that he's used to, like his jerky treats and having wet food on his wet food as well as his dry food, which he'd been thriving on and losing weight on, is no longer valid. And he is a very unhappy puppy. So, because of that, we are dealing with a very unhappy puppy who is not wanting to comply with the demands. So, yeah. There you have it. So, we're going to do the reading a Lenormand style, and I wanted to take the time to thank all of you guys, especially for you guys in the earth signs. I know you all have been having one hell of a time lately. I'm also an earth sign. I'm a Virgo, and I know that our new year has been culminating in a whole bunch of changes and crap happening, and trust me when I talk about the crap happening, I'm not joking. It's been crazy. But things are going to get better. I have not done our reading yet. We're going to do it together. I'm doing it Lenormand style, so we're going to do a 3x3. And then we're going to do oracle cards for each of the signs. We're going to use the Moonology deck that I just recently did a review on, and go from there. Now, one of the interesting things about using the Lenormand deck this time around versus doing a tarot reading is it's a little bit unique because you have things called coupling and tripling, where different cards group together. So I actually like it in a lot of ways, and I actually use that same ability in tarot. In fact, tarot is supposed to be where you group cards together and you're able to use those cards in conjunction next to each other to actually do it. Benabel Wen just put up a video just a couple days ago regarding the Hungarian method that talks about that, and it's actually an outstanding video. So if you haven't seen that video, I would highly recommend that you go see that. Watch that video, the whole method about it. It is outstanding, and I cannot recommend it enough. So, just so happens the signifier actually ends up in the middle, so everything is going to be surrounding. So when we talk about our weeks, like how we did it before, we did the 4 cards 4 weeks, and then we did basically we expanded out from there. Here it's going to be the same thing. We're going to basically work around Four corners are technically the 4 weeks, although there are different things in between that can be affected and grouped together to give us more information on. So what I want you to do is take this as your, whether you're male or female, this is what we're looking at, is a feminine energy that's residing within you. We're looking at the idea here of, with you being an earth sign, earth energy, being mutable. I want you to take a look at the cards for a second, and we're going to go over the different things that we're looking at here. So you have the dog, you have the mountain, you have a letter, you have the key, you have the clouds, the bear, the mice, and the tree. And it's interesting because out of all of them, I find it very, not necessarily a bad thing. I just find it interesting that the things that are kind of within reach of each other, it's kind of an interesting mode for me, because this is also reflecting me in a way. So with me having dealt with what I have so far, so going into March, I'm kind of like, really? Okay, I see how you are, and I see what this is about. So let's talk about what it is and what it does, and then I want to go into what we're going to look at. Okay? So first things first. I'm going to start from the letter, and then we're going to go around. Now, one of the things about the letter mode is the letter is literally a letter. It's something, it's basically a note. It's about energy. It's about, basically there's a message coming for you. And it's because that it's going to present some challenges for you. Some good, some bad. Because remember, some obstacles are not necessarily bad things. Some obstacles are actually good things, because those obstacles actually can provide you with a chance to learn and grow. Remember too, because of the letter being close to the key, and the key and the obstacle also being close to each other, you will actually be able to see how to solve this obstacle. It's not going to be something that you can't overcome. You're just going to have to actually look for the way to channel that obstacle into being a solution. So these things are going to happen early. They're going to happen in such a way that once it goes into effect, you're going to be asking yourself, well, how can I make this work better for me? How can I make it work into such a way where I'm going to, I can make it work in a manner to release the things that I'm worrying about. Because one of the big things you're worrying about this month is loss. Losing something, whether it be a job, whether it be family members in your life that you're ready to get rid of, who've been causing you trouble, whether it be family members in your life that have possibly been irking you. These are the things that basically have been bothering you, and you're wondering about, should I keep them, should they go? And the answer is actually found within this month anyway. Now, one of the things about that is that you had to been strong. You've had to been strong for so long. Oh my God, your strength has been pretty much legendary for the past few months. It's been to the point where people are amazed that you have kept as strong as you have. And let's be real. So, because you've been so strong, this is one of the things in my puppy dog is having a hissy fit. Thank you, puppy. Thank you, puppy. Here we go. That it's been, yeah, that looks better. You're trying to get yourself to realize, even though you've been having hard times, which is the clouds, the dark clouds, on your strength, where you feel like you're losing your strength, you're losing your ability to keep strong, you have to realize that you have really good friends. You have people who have been at your side, who've been your brightness in your life, who are still going to be there for you. In fact, one of the key things about them is the fact that they're going to be part of the reason why you're able to overcome anything that comes your way this month. And that's the whole key of this, which is the tree of life, the strength and the boundary, which is one of the reasons why I love these two cards when I see them in a reading, even if they're on opposites of a bad card, is that it minimizes that bad card, which is the fact that you're going to be the strength and growth. You're going to grow from this experience, and it's going to be in such a positive manner. It is going to be outstanding because the fact of the obstacle that comes up is going to unlock something that has been holding you back, and you're going to find yourself able to move in a new way, a new manner that is going to basically benefit you both at work and at home, something you haven't had in a long time. And it's going to surprise you. It's going to magnify you on a level that you haven't seen in quite some time. So I wanted to be able to show this to you because one of the things with doing a Lenormand reading, when I look at the cards, is I look at them separately at their base meaning. Key, unlocking things, message, obstacle, best friend, my puppy. For me, this is about my puppy getting better. He's been my obstacle, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. So for me, the month of March is getting him over his liver issue, and it looks like that there's going to be some success in this manner. So for me, this is a personal, keep doing what I'm doing, it's going to work out well. So you can see on a personal level, what I'm seeing here is that he's being a pain. He does not like his food as much. He eats it when I hand feed him, but he won't eat it on his own because he wants his stuff when he wants his stuff. Because he's husky and he's stubborn. He's a willful child. But you see that individually they do have things that happen on their own. But when you combine them, a lot of that opens doors that help you to go through obstacles, that even though you have hard times that make things seem darker than they are, your best friend is going to come up and give you solutions you never thought you could have possible. And those things are going to make you stronger and grow even better than you have been. Why? Because they go into this path. Just like you being stronger for get this new message that is going to give you hope and make you able to go further and longer than you ever thought possible. So that's how Lenormand is done, and this is how I know that with the general reading right now for the earth signs, this is breaking down. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go and do a moon reading for each of the signs, and we're going to take a further look. Take a look in the book, it's a reading rainbow. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at Taurus. And where did you go, my people? Where did you go, my friends? Hey, look, I'm not singing Hamilton. Be amazed, I was singing Hamilton last night at Cheesecake Factory. So, it tells you it was awfully fun. So, let's talk about, for Taurus, some of the things that we're looking at coming up. And then I'm going to do the next side. So, okay. Your hard work is paying off. What do you need to release? Oh, the waning moon and the new moon in Capricorn. So, let's talk about this, because one of the things that happens for you, especially Taurus, and this is in such a way that this is hard for you at times, is what do you need to release? Sometimes there are things that happen in our life, especially in early in the year, springtime. We talk about spring cleaning. We talk about the energy of wanting to get out the old and bring in the new. We need to be told it's safe to let shit go and move on. So this is basically your way of telling you, it's March, spring's coming, let it go, let it go. You know, and this is it. This is your Frozen moment. Frozen 2 is coming out too. I'm so excited. And March 8th is Women's International Day, and I'm gonna go see Captain Marvel. So for you, it's about releasing emotional baggage. It's about saying sorry to somebody. Part of releasing is also knowing that occasionally you've hurt people, and with hurting people, it means that you fucked up and you need to go and apologize for the fuck up. It's not easy for you. And the reason why it's not easy for you is not because you're bullheaded. I know people will make the assumption because you're a Taurus. Yeah, no. It has nothing to do with that. A lot of it is the fact that sometimes you may think you're right in some way. But a lot of it is because you're ashamed. You're ashamed that you thought that way. And you're afraid that if you apologize or anything else like that, that you'll break down or that they won't accept your apology. And you don't understand. They're waiting for the apology so that they can move on too. And they can get back to where it used to be with you. So that's what they're waiting for. And so you need to be able to do that with them. Your hard work is paying off is really kind of all it needs to be said about it. But at the same time too, it's also telling you, you know, you're not seeing the hard work right now. You're not seeing that things are moving. But don't give up. It's paying off. It's paying off behind the scenes where you can't see it all. People are noticing what you're doing. Things are happening and grooving behind the scenes. You're seeing, you know, thank yous occasionally. You're seeing, oh my God, you know, wow, that's awesome that you're doing this. You may not be seeing movement or promotions yet, but those are in the works. Those are things that are coming forward for you. It's not an immediate thing. This is something that's gearing for you. Your March is going to teach you the fact that while you release the crap that needs to be let go, you're also getting ready to have the payoff. What I'm seeing is the fact that your payoff is going to be towards the end of the month, beginning of April. And the answers that you need are coming. And it's funny because we're going with Capricorn and Gemini. Awesome. So if you think about the terms of what you're looking for is coming, and it's coming in such a way that they're going to be there for you. Those answers are going to not, they're not going to let you down. You know, some of the answers may be the answers that you thought they were. They're not going to be always the positive answers, but those are answers that you needed, even if they're not positive, to work with and work better with. This is what you need to have. Now it says the fiery climax is approaching, and that's the full moon in Aries. Now remember, that doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to blow the fuck up. Let's be honest. We may like it to blow up and everything go away so we can start over, but that's not the case, Taurus. What we're looking at is the fact that some things are going to blow up because they need to be wiped away and start clean. But a lot of it is also the fact that they don't understand that you are an emotional sort. You, Virgo, and Capricorn have deep emotions. You just don't always show it. And when it does happen, it's an explosion. It's a poof. What the hell? And when you let go, it is a time, even when you let go of some of the nonsense, that there's going to be a let loose. There's going to be a reckoning coming shortly for some people that you need to have, that you've been holding back on. And they really need a talking to. So don't be afraid of it. Don't, but at the same time too, don't let out so much where you scare yourself and you scare other people. Make sure that when it does come, it's a controlled burst of this is how it is and this is what it does, and if you don't like it, tough shit. Because I've held back for this long, and I have waited and I have guided and I have said something in polite terms and you just ignored me. Now I'm over it. If you do it in that kind of a way, you're more likely to get results, or more likely that when you do decide to let it go and basically cut yourself off from that person, or however, you don't have to feel like you have to apologize for that decision. You've made it completely based on logic versus illogic. So, and that's basically what I'm seeing for you for the month of March. So, my fellow Virgos, you be next. Virgo, in Virgum et Oest. Let's talk about the month of March. Now, I'll be honest, from the general reading itself, I'm pretty stoked for myself. But from the idea of what specifically are things that we need to look forward in March, let's take a look here. All right, full moon. Surrender to the divine. Hold your vision. A new start is coming. Oh man, what the hell are we getting here? First quarter moon, your commitment is being tested. Okay, so obviously we're getting a very specific sort of reading, which I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling kind of like, what the hell? So, it's actually going to go in this order. So, beginning of the month, we're going to be tested. Certain things that we want to do, certain things that we're wishing, hoping to do. It's going to come up where we're going to be asked, are you sure this is what you want? Are you sure this is going to be the things that you're going to want to work on? Are you sure that this is what you're wanting to truly do? And you're going to have to make the decision. Are you sure? Are you really feeling it? Are you really wanting to do this? Or are you just basically playing at it? So, I know that that's going to sound harsh, and it's going to basically be kind of hurtful. But it's not. It's basically making you rethink yourself. It's basically asking you, what are you prepared to do? What are you trying to do? Because, I mean, we're talking about the actual phases. We're actually looking at your phase of the moon. We're looking at the whole concept here of, are you committed to your dreams? Are you answering, yeah, I want to do it, but not yet? Are you ready to put in the effort for what you really need to do? Or are you being a little bit kind of as my grandfather used to put it, are you being a putz? And expecting things to happen without actually putting in the work. So that's the thing that they're asking for. Now, it also says to hold your vision. This is about your patience. This is holding what you really believe in. Are you going to be there when it counts? Are you going to avoid stagnation? Are you going to be able to make sure that you can change and mold as you need to? Say the word yes when it's necessary. can you help this person? Then say yes and do it. Don't hold back. If you really can't, or if you feel that you're already thin beyond compare, then say no, but mean your no. But if this person is part of your vision of what you need to go forward on, then damn it, say yes. Be fixed in your yes, be fixed in your no, but don't stagnate yourself and keep on the same course without trying something new every once in a while. Be available to be there for a person. Somebody new is going to come in your life that's going to be enduring. It may be somebody that you met just recently in the last year or two, but this person or people are going to be there forever. They are part of your soul tribe. And I can tell you that for me personally, I have a very wonderful bunch of people who came into my life recently, past 18 months, and I cannot imagine life without them. They have made a huge difference in my life. And so they're always going to be a part of my life. One of them was truly the reason why my dog is around today. So yeah, you have to realize that your vision is how you look at your friends, how you look at yourself, how you present the idea of moving forward, how are your commitment going forward is going to be. But remember too, it is March, it's spring, new starts are coming. Remember the whole thing, I'll see it when I believe it. Can't see air unless it's blowing through trees. But every breath you inhale, every breath you exhale, it's there. Sometimes you have to be more than seeing. Sometimes you see on a different level. I see, I think, I feel, I hear. When you have a new start, sometimes you get rid of the old. Sometimes some of the old stuff, like old stuff that you thought you threw away, comes back, and you find that it's actually relevant. It's actually something that is more important now than ever before, because it's actually part of your soul. You had put it away because you thought it was not necessary, but it is. So you want to make sure that you keep that in mind. And you can manifest your dreams, but you got to move and work those dreams. It is that important to do for you for this month. The other thing is surrender to the divine. Divinity is what you make of it. Making a wish that's going to come true. It's make or break time. Surrendering to the divine is also realizing that there's more in heaven and earth, Horatio, than which you can understand. The fact that sometimes there's a phrase that says, let go, let God. My favorite one was by my grandfather, which was, sometimes when you give in to what the universe tells you, you get back more than you amply deserve. And it's surrendering to the universal need, letting it guide you and direct you. Because if you're working your plan, your divine plan of yours, and everybody's divine plan is different, you know when you're working your plan because things start falling in together. Things start coalescing, and things get smarter, not harder. Although you still get rough spots, don't get me wrong. Rough spots hit everybody. But you start realizing things work. Things happen that don't make sense. And you get nervous. And you get scared. Because you feel like it shouldn't happen. But it's meant to happen. And it's okay. So surrender to the divine. Allow your plan to manifest. March is your month to start that manifesting. Let your plan guide you. Don't necessarily work your plan in such a way that you want to make it go where you want it to go. But manifest the plan itself. Figure out what ways can make it work better for you, help you, guide you, and then work towards it. A lot of times it's going to be hard work, but the hard work will feel like a joy, so you won't notice it. Doing this, doing the readings, doing the writing that I'm doing, which is not your normal writing. Some of it's tarot writing. Some of it is working on a different writing project. I am not really working. I am living the life I love. And so it's not really work. And I have hard moments. I have procrastination moments. I have moments that I don't want to do nothing. And it's because I get scared. Because it flows. Because things seem to come together. Things are oddly coming to play. That it's scary because why should I have that? Why? Other people are better than me. But I have to realize that my plan says it's supposed to be. I'm not necessarily lesser than anybody else. I'm on par. I have a specific skill set that I do offer, that I am good enough to bring to the table. And if I don't, then I'm basically denying others that set of skills. And that basically prevents others from going forth and not being able to work their divine plan. And if you look at it that way, it's more important than ever to work your plan, go to school, get your education, do things that make it better for you, because those are part of your divine plan. It may be working that job to get the health care, the benefits that you have, but on the side working that extra 20-30 hours a week to quote unquote make it big enough that you can eventually write full time or you know, appear in a couple of films a year, and make enough money to pay for your health care and pay for your bills and stuff, so you only have to work part-time jobs and you're good to go. It may be that kind of a thing. It may be that you are going to be a teacher, so during the summer months that's when you're doing your filming. It could be something as simple and as easy as that you discover that you are the most awesome planner for weddings, or a planner for conventions, or a planner for being able to put together platforms for other people to run for office or things of that nature. You may find that you are the person that's going to put together this beautiful law center, that people who really, really need the help are going to be able to do things. You've got this. Really. So work your plan, Virgo. You've got this. So we're going to go to Capricorn. Now, Capricorn is interesting because I've been having this feeling about Capricorn for a while. I have family members who are Capricorns. Most of my family is usually beginning of the year, middle, and then all the end of the year in the Sag formats. And it's interesting because the caps that I have in my life, all for this coming month, I've been getting this feeling regarding them. And I can't drop this feeling. So I wanted to do their reading. And I wanted to go into it because, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Alright. So, Capricorns, we need to talk about the fact that, first off, luck is on your side. You've been feeling really unlucky lately. It has been past few months, you have been having really, really hard times. Things haven't gone the way that you thought it would go. You have been struggling with, just when you thought things were going on the right track, all of a sudden, out of the blue, stuff has fallen apart. And I mean, like, crap that should never have fallen apart. It should have, like, everything was, like, perfect. And then, boom, it was gone. Yeah, it's craziness. The other thing is Virgo. The full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. This has been the big thing that I have been sensing with Caps, is that they have been on this really dumpy mood of not feeling that they are good enough for people, their family members, their friends. They've been trying to withdraw lately, and it's a matter of like having to tap them on their forehead and go, look, you're here and I love you, and don't you dare pull away. That's my regime, not yours. You need to stop. So you got to understand, you are good enough. You are perfect enough. So don't worry about it. Don't think that you don't have, that you're not good enough. You have the capability of being absolutely fabulous. You're going to create your own luck in such a way because you are good enough. Once you start believing that you are good enough for all people, your luck is going to switch on such a level. It's going to be amazing, especially for March, April, May, and then again come the summer months of like July, August. The other thing is that conclusions within some certain stuff that you've been dealing with isn't within reach. A couple of items are going to go kind of screwy that you're not going to like. But they're at the same time too, when you actually really look at those items, you're going to discover you really weren't that deeply involved with them. They were things that you were worried about, things that you were dealing with, but you're like, in the scheme of things in the next 5 years, they're really not that big of an issue for you. The things that are coming that you are worried about, those conclusions are going to make you or break you. They're going to feel like you're not worth it. Some of them are going to make you realize that you are deeply committed. So you need to be bold about those items. Make the first move. As you start feeling those things coming to pass, those conclusions coming up, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be your choice to being able to go forward in life. They're going to be the ones that are going to open up doors for you. They're going to give you a chance to move to a better future for yourself in such a way of opening possible promotions, opening doors to better jobs. More importantly, opening up sections that normally have been reserved for others, like special schooling opportunities that usually like only managers get. You're going to be able to do this, but you got to be bold and brave and say, hey, look, I have all this other stuff. I just need to get these 2 things in. If you do this, you're going to be able to make this off of me by being able to promote me within. You don't have to hire somebody from the outside and train them to what specs you need. You already have me learning who has learned the specs. Then you just pay me commensurate, and boom, you've already got somebody who's ready to go for you. You're going to be able to parlay stuff into better positioning for yourself. Your thing is because you are grounded better. You're going to be able to make decisions a lot easier than either of your 2 fellow earth signs. So what you need to do currently is really truly use this month to get things up in line. Really start believing in yourself. Start feeling like you truly are who you are. Learn to be comfortable in your body. Whether it is you start yourself a new health regime, you start working out, whatever you decide to do, you need to start doing things that make you feel good enough for you. That's going to be the change that's going to make your first move the best move you make. It's strange. I mean, I don't have like tons of stuff to say for you, but the thing is that it tells me to get another card. What the hell? That's why. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Blue moon. So this is it. you have things that are impossible becoming possible for you towards the end of the month and into April. Make it happen. Make it so, Captain. You've got this. You have the capacity to make change happen for you. You are the impossible made possible. You just got to believe it. You've got the luck. Ooh, kind of like You Got the Look by Roxette, but better. Hey. So, for Capricorn, you be rocking it. Don't waste it. Seriously. So, for all of you, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, hopefully this helped. And until next time, bed with you.